Good afternoon, one and all present here uh, on this virtual platform. Okay, Jigar bhai, am I audible na clearly?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir. Barabar.
Okay, fine. So, uh, good afternoon, one. Good afternoon, all. Here on behalf of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, Parul University, I welcome our prominent alumna, Jigar Raj, who is the pass out student of 2013 batch, and we are very happy to invite him uh, to share his expertise in the field of electric vehicles and charging infrastructure, and he is also going to discuss about the trends, challenges, and opportunities in the electric vehicle segments. Before I hand over this session to Jigar, let me just brief. Let me give you the brief introduction about the profile of the Jigar. So basically, as I already said, Jigar was the student of Parul Institute of Engineering and Technology in EC department from 2009 to 2013, and presently he is a research scholar in Pandit Dindayal Energy University, and his research topic is on alternate energy storage and a charging system for hybrid electrical vehicles. So the topic, the research in which the domain in which he is researching is very booming. Other than this, he is also the founder of first EV electromobility. Fine, and he is his this company basically dealing in electric vehicles and charging station. Besides, he is also the advisors in many renowned organizations like KG Renewable Energy,
Sir, your voice is not audible. I think it's broken.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Jigar bhai, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible. Sir, your voice is
Hello,
breaking
am I audible?
continuously. Hi, yes, sir. Now it's audible.
Yeah, I understand. Now am I audible? Now am I
Yes, sir.
clearly audible, Jigar bhai?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. I hope. Okay, fine. So, sorry for the interruption because of the technical issue. So, I was just talking about the profile of the Jigar. So, as I already said, Jigar is a principal advisor at KG Renewable Energy. So, basically, this company is engaged in engineering, procurement, construction, and the consultancy of megawatt scale power plants in 4th 19 onwards in designing and trading of solar structure and imported solar photovoltaic modules. Along with that, Mr. Jigar was also the ex-officer from Gujarat Energy Development Agency from 2016 to 2019. And as we know, JEDA is a very renowned government organization. Uh, Basically, Jigar has good exposure in a solar rooftop schemes of Gujarat State, energy efficiency, conservation, coordination of energy audits, energy conservation building code, solar plant inspection and commissioning, etc. And along with that, Jigar has also completed his MTech in the focus of solar energy. So, on behalf of entire entire electronics and communication engineering department. Once again, I hope the students will take the maximum benefit from your knowledge. Okay, and by this, Jigar bhai. Hello.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Department of Electronics and Communication, for inviting me to talk on alumni talk sessions. That is a very beautiful idea or concept that has been designed to at least interact with the students of my college, right? And very good afternoon, everyone who has joined this session. Sir has given the introduction of mine. I have worked with solar energy companies. I am working with megawatt scale power plants, and recently we have also keep our step into the shoes of electric vehicles and charging infrastructure development and trading of electric vehicles. As we know that the number of electric vehicles is shooting up day by day. It's more than 40% hike every year we can see, right? So we will be going to discuss electric vehicles and its charging infrastructure facilities globally. What are the trends in globally, or what are the trends in India? What are the policies that has been prevailing in the state and other regions of country, right? And we'll also see some business opportunities, or you can say employment opportunities in this sector. All right. So let's we start with the first few questions that maybe I was eager to come to college to interact face to face with the students, but due to this pandemic situation, it is not possible to gather all students at one place, and so it's nothing. It's it would be a good platform, I can see. फर्स्ट वी हैव टू थिंक अबाउट आवरसेल्फ कि हमने इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स को यूज करना स्टार्ट किया है कि नहीं अभी तक. एंड यू कैन कमेंट योर आंसर with the name of electric vehicle or a company name, which company you are using. Am I audible, sir? Hello.
Yes, Jigar bhai, you are audible, clearly audible, Jigar bhai.
Okay, right.
Jigar bhai, you are
And
clearly audible.
we all fine, sir. We also think about whenever government is aggressively forcing the people to focus on one technology, like few years before, if we see the history of technology, the solar cooker was there many years back. After that, solar water heater was there, where the government is started subsidize the such products every year, or every 5 years, or whenever the new technology emerge in the market. And if it is a very emerging technology for environment, as far as we can see, the is the depleting fossil fuels and other traditional resources of energy. We have to take such bold step to promote such green and clean energy in daily life, right? So we always think about such technology where government is pushing the people to join hands with the technology to adopt such change, right? So now whenever government is pushing, but I must say we should take advantage of subsidy. And because when the product is much promoted or much marketized, government will take back the subsidies, and we have to take such product without subsidy in later on days, right? So today is the today recently, or we can say nowadays, electric vehicles are burning or topic of morning discussion kind of thing, where everyone is asking one another that how it's working, is it feasible or not, is viable or not, no, right? Reliability issues are there. Charging infrastructure is not much supporting, right? Not enough to cater all the numbers of electric vehicles roaming around. So such challenges are there, but still for the daily use, for your intercity, for your just city rides purpose or your office work, up to 100 or 150 kilometer per day, you can definitely have one electric vehicle. Not only for economic, but it's also friendly to environment, and your it's a pocket friendly, affordable. It is. There are many government incentives. We will see in the next few slides. So, as I am a research scholar in Pandit Dindayal Energy University, my topic of research is my master was on energy system and technologies focused on solar energy. But a few years I have worked with solar energy, and I thought about current topic, like it's a charging infrastructure. We have to think about the research and development era, because in future we will be facing many issues like grid stability, indirect emission, uh, lack of charging infrastructure, right? So we have to think something something a way that can address these all problem statements, like we can see generation and distribution network of grid is not sufficient to support high level of penetration of EVs in the transport sector. So this ultimately increase the pressure on grid infrastructure that is already facing the energy deficit, right? If you see the grid infrastructure right now, if you have proposed any solar or wind or any renewable power plant in any substation of distribution licensee, so they have to analyze the capacity of substation every time. So our substations are not that much strengthened to supply the demand of such big numbers of electric vehicles, where when the charging infrastructure will be developed over a time, right? So we have to think about this also very seriously. But second is indirect emission, right? See, due to depleting fossil fuel reserves coupled with a climate crisis, sustainability is gaining ground, right? And electric vehicles are only emerging to be a new phase of this field, right? However, this idea of EV will be genuinely sustainable only if they are charged using renewable energy or clean energy sources, right? If you are charging your electric vehicles with the electricity that has been produced with fossil fuels or a polluting energy resource, so it would be like no sense, right? We are not directly emitting the greenhouse gases, but it is indirect emission is there. So the problem of indirect emission for the use of EVs with the burden of existing power plants based on fossil fuels, this is the important issue. We are also addressing this issue in my research area, right? So development of hybrid renewable energy based sustainable mobile charging station. So what we are doing in my project is that we are going to design and study many previously already conducted research works on renewable energy or solar based power charging stations, and we will be doing some modification or by introducing one more uh, clean energy source, integrating with this charging station will be definitely work a revolutionary, right? My EV startup is basically engaged with multi brands of electric two wheelers and three wheelers. We are one of the prominent in R&D input provider to OEM and manufacturer of electric vehicles of Gujarat state. Right. We are also collaborating with many EV charging station manufacturer for our kind of product design and development, and will be also marketized by my company itself. We are also engaged with supply and installation of portable AC and DC fast chargers of EV. You maybe face some issues like in Ahmedabad or now every city, the maximum population is residing in multi-story buildings, apartments, right? So every time you cannot get your battery out of your vehicle and take your battery to your home and get it charged, because battery's weight is very high. It's around 13 to 14 kilogram per battery, right? Or there are many flats and apartments, we can say every apartments right now do not have any charging facilities in their premises. Maybe new infrastructure will have the charging facilities for two-wheeler, three-wheeler, and four-wheelers, right? So in such problem, the people residing in flats or apartments are hesitate to use electric vehicles just due to lack of charging infrastructure in their residencies. In that case, we are proposing a charging station, portable charging station for a common meter of apartment, where they can install a charging station, very small, very affordable, and it will be user friendly. It will be user interface integrated with the software, and that can be linked with all the society members. Anyone can book their slot for the charging, and they can put their vehicle over there. They can pay online by their application, and by paying only, you can start your charging from the society. So the society will also get money. Revenue will be generated from charging station in the society itself. People will get the charging station in in their premises only, right? And it will be another amenity, adding to your value of your home, right? Like solar rooftop system, and AC and DC fast chargers are going to be installed in petrol pumps or highways and everything. We will see later on. Uh, so first time when somebody propose you to get EV, you have many questions that is charging an EV cheaper than buying gas, right? If you are if you take the example of two-wheeler, you can charge you can fully charge your two-wheeler with just 3 units of electricity. Like 3 units of electricity charged you 6.5 rupees per unit. So 18 to 20 rupees. In 18 to 20 rupees, you can charge, you can full charge your electric two-wheeler, right? And one charge, you may run more than 75 kilometer, like 20 रुपए में 60 किलोमीटर 70 किलोमीटर 70 किलोमीटर. So it's a very cheaper. It's nothing. It's a negligible cost, right? Vehicles are affordable. Yes, two-wheelers and three-wheelers are definitely affordable. In four-wheelers, there are less variants, and the technology is emerging. More innovation is going to come. So four-wheelers will also be affordable. But uh, you can say the government's incentives are there, tax benefits are there. You will be interstate duty will be exempted in for the electric vehicles. So many other benefits will be there with electric vehicles. So you can say it's affordable, but more affordable with the time, with the innovation of technology. get it. Again, the issue is where would I charge my EV? If you're having a four wheeler, definitely you have to think about the charging infrastructure, because we are using our four wheeler for intercity or outside of state 200 300 kilometers of journey, right? In 200 300 kilometers of journey, you definitely think about the charging infrastructure in between your route. But in case of two wheeler, you can charge it at your home, at your offices, at a restaurant, anywhere you can charge. Wherever the 6 ampere plug is available, you can charge your two wheeler or three wheeler. What type of EV is best for me? So it depends on your daily needs. It depends on your daily requirements. Like your office and home distance is 40 kilometer. So up and down will be 80 kilometers. So roughly you have to choose the technology or battery capacity as per your daily routines. If is 80 or 100 kilometer your routine, so take 100 kilometer capacity wala scooter, right? So you can easily move your office or around your home. Basic your children's distance from your children's school or coaching class distance from your home. So you can the many variants are available in two wheeler and three wheeler. So as per your need, you can choose electric vehicle. New or used nowadays, it's definitely new electric vehicles you have to buy, because the old vehicles are with the old technology batteries like lead acid or NMS batteries, right? So if you are planning to buy electric vehicle, you have to go for a new electric vehicle with the best technology, latest technology. Miles between Phillips. So yeah, that's another issue. Like how many kilometers you have to go. What's your destination? 200 kilometers, 100 kilometers. As per the kilometers, you have to choose your vehicle. There are many benefits, like lifetime cost is very less, cheaper to charge. Electricity rates are more stable. So electricity charges are more stable. You can see 10% or sorry, 10 paisa or 20 paisa or like 5 paisa increments in 2 or 3 years. So it is negligible. uh, Tolls are free of cost, like government is giving benefits to electric vehicle. Right, there is no maintenance because there is no engine, no fuel tank, no air filter, no oil filter, no carburetor. Right, so there is no maintenance charges, incentives, subsidies, tax credits on EVs and chargers. uh, Payback period is very high. Like in 1 year itself, compared to your petrol vehicle, your your money will be back, like your vehicle will be free of cost. Right, and up to 3 or 4 years, where up to when you run your vehicle will be free of cost. No maintenance, as I said, no spark plugs, no smoke checks, no timing belts, long lasting brakes, everything is there. Negligible maintenance compared to petrol or fuel vehicle. Range, you have to identify charging sessions around your home or in the routine, right? Charging, what are the charging rates you have to compare, right? Charging level, like which battery technology you are choosing, battery life and warranty you have to take into consideration while you are going to plan electric vehicles. Now let's see the EV's global scenario. You can see the trend, electric vehicles across all transport modes, like trucks, passenger vehicles, buses, right? And low carry vehicles. You can see the trends, as from you can say starting from 2013, it's a shoot up, and around 2020, China and Europe is leading the world in electric vehicle market. You can say in battery technology or charging station technology. Europe and China are always in the front players. More than 10 million electric cars were on the world's roads in 2020 with battery electric models, right? So there are two or three types of electric vehicles. Uh, One is battery electric vehicles, so it's a purely battery electric vehicles. Another is plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, so in which there is a combustion engine is also there, and a plug-in battery and motor is also there. So you will have alternate energy sources for to run your electric vehicle, right? Here also you can see China is leading in electric car stock globally. Uh, these are the chargers, fast chargers, increased to 1.3 million in 2020. So this is 2015 to 2020. You can see again China, Europe, and rest of the world, uh, how it is trending. So by in Europe, in country like India, in one for like 140 crore of population, we are also on a fast track to adopt such technology. But the thing is, we have to dependent on China and other countries for lithium, for IGBT circuits, for electronic circuits, converters and all. So it needs to think of our for the innovative technologies and manufacturing here in our country itself. See, this is a ratio of public charges per EV stock by country. The minimum EV ratio set up by a standard authority is one charging station per every 10 vehicles. So only France, Italy, and Netherlands. Only yeah, France, Italy, and Netherlands. Three countries are only fulfilling a success ratio or the standard ratio, maintaining the standard ratio of one charger per 10 electric vehicles. You can see India. It's a long way to go. We have to run fast. This is the global scenario, future prospect of other countries with India. So by 2030, uh, uh, the sale will be increased more than 40 to 60%, right? So these are the forecasting of electric vehicles, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, low vehicles, buses, trucks, right? BEV and PHV, battery vehicles, and plug-in hybrid vehicles. However, plug-in hybrid vehicles are very less compared to battery electric vehicles, because plug-in vehicles are again, it depends on fossil fuels. For a short miles of run, you can use only electric batteries in that vehicle. So definitely in coming days, only BEV, battery electric vehicles, will be leading the market. EV market growth in India. uh, in India, automotive industry is fifth largest in the world, and it will be a third largest by 2030, as our PM have already committed uh, the many goals in COP26 for sustainable mobility by 2030. So, uh, 206 US dollar billion 206 billion US dollar opportunity of investment will be there by 2030. So if India maintains its steady progress, we will definitely achieve our 2030's target. This would require definitely innovative ideas, innovative manufacturing facilities in the country itself. The people must be aware about this technology, adopting the change of clean energy environments and everything. So 180 billion US dollar will be there for production and charging infrastructure in coming days. So these all big numbers are indicating in coming days how much opportunities, how much employment, how much jobs, how much entrepreneur opportunities will be created in this EV market. In EV market, charging infrastructure is like there are many things are combined in one combo. There are mechanical engineers, electronics engineers, communication engineers, IT engineers, software engineers, electrical engineers. Everyone have to be part of this beautiful journey up to 2030 and above. So I suggest the student of Parul University also that definitely take some projects of electric vehicles in your course work or your project work in your coming semester or in your last semester, right? It will be a great exposure to you also. So 36 percentage till 2026 expected expectations, and EV battery market is also projected to grow at a CAGR of 30% during the same period up to 2026. So EV market growth of India is very high, and we are also going very fast. Many technologies, many big players like Amara, Raja Battery Technology, Tata Chemicals is also going to establish a lithium battery power plant in Dwarka, right? So Adani, Reliance are also there in electric vehicle market. So everything will be boom up. We the young enthusiast and innovative ideas will come ahead and go for the innovative change. Will definitely help to achieve our 2030 targets. Charging infrastructure status of India. FAME 1 is FAME is a no, it's a government scheme, or you can say it's a policy of electric vehicles where in which drafting of these vehicles charging stations where it can be established, how much incentives to other states, to different states, and like Ministry of Power, heavy duty industries, road and transport department. These all departments or ministries are stakeholder of this journey, this whole project. You can see Gujarat have 9.7% share of total charging station established till date, right? There are four pillars of electric mobility ecosystem. One is electric vehicle itself, plug-in or all electric. Renewable energy, it's a emerging system charging and swapping infrastructure. Like you have seen the advertisement of Bounce Infinity two-wheeler, where they are proposing swapping of battery infrastructure in coming days. So it will be definitely a good idea for electric two-wheelers at least, where you don't need to wait half an hour or 1 hour or 2 hour for to get your vehicle charged. You just put your discharge battery into the charging socket and take a full charge battery by swapping your battery. Swapping infrastructure will perform a definitely important significant role in this emerging market of electric vehicles. Other factors is like manufacturing capacity, R&D, power grid. As I said, grid stability is also important. And the heart of electric vehicles is battery. Everything is depend on battery, you can say. lithium ion batteries, nickel manganese batteries, LFP, it's lithium ferrophosphate batteries, and the BMS. It's very important. A battery management system, everything is depend on batteries and BMS. As your BMS will be effectively work, your vehicle will effectively run. If you see the existing ecosystem of EV in India, so FDI means foreign direct investment is allowed 100% under this automatic route of electric vehicles. So the foreign companies like Tesla and other companies have a good opportunity to invest in India because Indian government have opened for 100% FDI. Government has launched one portal, that is e-Amrit. You can see all the information, subsidies on e-Amrit portal of government. Uh, Under the phase of 2 FAME scheme, about 1,65,000 electric vehicles had been supported as on November 15, 2021. Like way forward of demand incentives amounting around 5.64 billion rupees have been already given to various manufacturer or the beneficiaries of the India. See, these all numbers are indicating that people have started adopting electric vehicles under many schemes, because we know that if government is aggressively pushing or promoting such technology, that means this technology will be the future. So incentives, benefits, and subsidies shall be enjoyed by people who think about the environment, who think about the change, who think about the innovative technology, right? So such a number of charging stations have been already been established in 16 highways, and proposed many number of stations across the country. In May 2021, the government rolled out production PLI scheme, that is production linked incentive scheme, for battery storage manufacturing. Like see, we are majorly dependent on China and other countries, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea, for the lithium batteries, and all the manufacturer, I can say 99.9% manufacturer are importing batteries or the lithium cells from China. So the Chinese market, or the Chinese trends is controlling our market. So we have our prices, our affordability, that's totally depend on Chinese product, and we have to take it, we have to import from China, because we don't have any options as to supply such huge demand. So this PLI scheme will definitely shoot up the facility of infrastructure in this EV sector. So lithium batteries production, and once it comes in a market in a huge capacity, like if such companies like Adani, Reliance, or Tata will take up, Amara Raja is also establishing a huge plant for batteries. So it after that, you can say our sustainable development will be there in real sense. Government has already proposed a charging station every 3 kilometers in major cities, every 50 kilometers on both the side of major national highways. So this will definitely pointing out that your highway hotels, highway petrol pumps are definitely given a opportunity or priority for establishing a charging station, because they have already developed infrastructure where they are trading their oils and petroleum products like petrol and diesels, right? So if you see it 100,000 MSMEs and another 50,000 retail distribution market will be created in upcoming days. That means more than 30 lakh jobs opportunities, entrepreneur opportunities, dealership opportunities, franchisee opportunities. You can take a distribution network from any company. You can have any part knowledge if you are good at DC-DC converter itself. If you are manufacturing charger or any components, you will set your business in this electric vehicle market definitely. Indian sales statistics, if you see, 1,34,837 units have been sold since this depot has been created. So these are the total electric vehicles, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler. But maximum two-wheeler and three-wheeler units have been sold out in this fiscal year 21. If you see the opportunities in EV segment, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, and fleet, that is car or bus or transport vehicles. You can, if you are good at your AutoCAD, if you are good at electronic circuitry, if you are good at designing, if you are good at marketing or sales, you can be a part of this beautiful market and a huge market, you can say, where more than $500 billion investment will be there in just 2 or 3 years. So it's a huge opportunity. Second is battery and cell manufacturing. If you are good at chemical composition, if you are good at battery BMS system or related software products, you are good at coding of softwares. You definitely engage yourself in battery and cell manufacturing industry, or you can start your own packing or own OEM or in OEM or assembling unit for battery and cell manufacturing. Right. Swapping technology. You can just implement your idea and some investor or finance facility will be there. Government is also financing such innovative ideas. Swapping of batteries, battery storage, bulk charging systems. Right. Battery reuse and recycling is also another big sector where uh, uh, because we are using batteries in huge amount. In coming days, it will be a lakhs or crores of batteries we will be using. So what about the reusability? What about the batteries and lithiums after its expiry or after its life cycles? So it's also a huge part of renovation, huge part of research and development area. Powertrain component manufacturing. Power track is powertrain component manufacturing. So in charging infrastructure or in your electric vehicles, there is a charge controller, there is a motor controller, there is a system that runs the vehicle control, the torque control, the speed. uh, Such components manufacturing, it's a huge area. Charging equipment, AC/DC fast chargers, Bharat AC chargers. Bharat AC is a standardized charging infrastructure that is defined by Government of India, Ministry of Power. You can go through it through its website for AC and DC fast charging parameters and its standards. So installation of charging stations will be definitely a good choice of such softwares. Uh, as I said, as I discussed, like in a premises, if somebody wants to install a charging infrastructure or charging a portable charger, so they definitely need a infrastructure or a software that interface a user and the portable charger. with the payment gateways to book the slot, to stop the charging. So kind of facilities will be there in the software. So it's also opportunity for software engineers or coding lovers. uh, Retrofitting, right? Many of you, or we also heard about that, क्या मेरी एक्टिवा को आप इलेक्ट्रिक बना सकते हैं, और हाँ, बहुत सारे लोगों ने इसको किया भी है, बट इट इज नॉट अ सर्टिफाइड, इट इज नॉट आरटीओ रजिस्टर्ड, और इट इज नॉट गवर्नमेंट अप्रूव्ड. So retrofitting of IC engine vehicle, a petrol vehicle, will be definitely some dangerous, or because it's not standardized as of now. Once it is standardized, you can be a part of this retrofitting industry. Freight operation, if you have seen in Ahmedabad, more than 20 buses are there of Ashok Leyland as purely electric buses in BRTS. And in recently, Delhi has also inaugurated electric mass communication transport for the city. If you see the government subsidies for charging infrastructure, uh, before 1 year, so in the FAME 1 scheme, it was approval and the license requirements there in the policy to establish your charging infrastructure. Like if you want to establish a petrol pump, you need to take a license and approval and everything. But right now, in the FAME 2 scheme, there is no requirements of license, so you can install the charging station without permission of government, but you have to maintain the standards, you have to maintain the criteria, you have to maintain the technical standards and rules and regulation as per their guidelines. Standardization is there. Incentives for state setting up charging infrastructure in the state policy. If you see the Gujarat, in the Gujarat, it's 10 lakh or 25% of total investment will be there for charging infrastructure establishment. uh, in infrastructure, in infrastructure department, in a town planning department, government is also implanting that for the BU permission of any building, they must have charging facility in the basement or in a parking area, right? So along with the solar energy, the charging facility will be mandatory for to approve your building or your plan under RERA or for the BU permission, right? GST is reduced from 2018 to 5%, 28 to 18%. So it is also a benefit of directly 12, 13%. You can see the numbers up to set up to 2,877 charging station across country under FAME 2 scheme. So incentives will be 50 to 100% is determined by charging station locations. It's can be a public places, it can be state or central government offices, or semi-restricted premises for commercial or non-commercial purposes. It's 50% of equipment cost is giving under the subsidy scheme of FAME 2. In the government premises, it's 100% subsidized, and in public places for commercial purpose, it's a 70% subsidized. So it's a huge opportunity for the organization, for the government colleges, government organizations, and institutions to adopt as early as possible the charging infrastructure. I definitely insist Parallel University also to adopt this charging station in the campus. So it will be amenities and uh, eco-friendly. You are promoting green and clean energy in the campus itself, right? And GST reduction, no license requirements, as I said. tariff and permit charging at residence. So everything is exempted. Bharat charging, BIS working groups for standardization. So everything is set up for under FAME 2 scheme. Just you have to identify the location. You have to go for it, and your charging facility would be established. So state policies are depends on state to state. In the state of Gujarat, I said it's a 20% or 10 lakhs, whichever is lower will be the subsidy for establishing a charging station. There is a Gujarat state EV policy. It is issued in 2021 and will be in operation of 5 years. Budget outlay of 8.7 billion uh, rupees. Support deployment of 2 lakh EVs over next 4 years. The segment wise backup is here. Two wheelers is 1 lakh 10,000 units. Up to these units, the subsidy will be there. Up to 70 units of three wheelers, subsidy will be there. And for the four wheelers, 20,000 units target under the subsidy. The incentives for the EV is 12,000 rupees, or it's a 10,000 per kWh. There are two kind of electric two wheelers. It's two variants, you can say. One is low speed variant and the second is high speed variant. One is whole low speed variant in which the speed is 25 to 30 kilometer per hour only. And the high speed variant, it's more than 50 kilometer, or more than you can say 65 kilometer per hour speed. This 12,000 subsidy is for low speed electric vehicles only, for the state subsidy. For the high speed subsidy, your vehicle model should be registered under FAME 2 scheme, and it will be eligible for state subsidy, central subsidy, and RTO subsidy. So this subsidy will make definitely a high speed vehicle very cheaper than the low speed vehicle with the subsidy from government of Gujarat only. All EVs will be exempt from payment of registration fees because these electric vehicles are under this scheme are exempted from any RTO fees. Some states are exempting up to 50% of RTO fees. And in low speed variant two wheeler, you need not to take license, you need not to register under RTO rules. So it will be a very easy to travel in the city, where you always been caught with without license, without insurance policy, without your. So I'm not saying that don't wear helmet or don't take your license with you, but yes, for the students studying ninth or above, they must take low speed electric vehicles two wheeler, because this accident free, speed is limit, and no license or insurance or everything, not all issue is required for your vehicle. Policy incentives are there for charging infrastructure in the state, right? uh, uh, Many challenges faced in by EV industry. First and a major challenge is insufficient charging infrastructure, right? In 2019, there were only 650 charging stations in India against over zero point 0.3 million in China, right? So, if you compare India with China in the technology, definitely China is much ahead, a century ahead of our technology. Lack of sufficient charging infrastructure is one of the primary reasons why consumers or me or you often refrain from purchasing EVs, right? कहाँ पे चार्ज करेंगे, लंबा जाना है मुझे, बड़ौदा से बॉम्बे जाना है तो चार्जिंग स्टेशन बीच में नहीं है तो गाड़ी लेके क्या करूँ, like all the excuses are there, and yes, it is they are right. uh, and second is the high cost for for the electric cars. As far as you concern the electric cars, it is definitely the cost is very high. If you see Tata Nexon, it's cost around 17 to 18 lakhs. 1.5 lakh rupees will be a subsidy, but still 15 lakh rupees will be there for your Nexon car, which is available in a petrol variant in just 9 lakh rupees, right? So around 5 to 6 lakh rupees difference in cost of petrol and electric cars. But and on other side, if you see two wheelers and three wheelers, passenger auto or loading auto, or a two wheeler high speed or low speed vehicles, even it is affordable than your petrol vehicles like Activa or Access or Jupiter. Your Jupiter Activa will be around 95,000 rupees. But your electric vehicle, you can buy a good technology up to 80 kilometer of range per charge. Lithium ferrophosphate battery, the life of battery will be or 9 years, right? So these all facilities available just at 70 or 75,000 rupees, right? So two wheeler and three wheeler is very affordable, but still high cost is there for four wheelers. Limited options in four wheelers, lower mileage. If your car is giving 200-kilometer mileage per charge, yeah, and for charging you have to wait for 3 to 4 hours. So it is definitely if you are spending 15 to 16 lakh rupees and your mileage is just 200 kilometer and charging infrastructure is not there in between your route. So definitely this is a big point. Higher dependency on imports, right? Most of the equipments, most of the technology, most of the circuits are importing from China, Taiwan, and Hong Kong, Europe countries. Great challenges are there. Another concern is the price of charging EVs at private charging stations once EVs become mainstream, right? According to this Brookings India, projections for 2030 show that even with a fair penetration of EVs, the increase in demand for electricity is likely to be about 100 terawatt hour. So 100 terawatt hour or about 4% of total power generation. So you see such a huge demand will be there in just next few years. For that we have to strengthen our grid infrastructure for the stability, for their timely demand and supply. So we have to think about the renewable energy sources for to cater these needs. Uh, for India, you see the potential like business values there, high business value, high opportunities, huge market, government itself going to marketize your product, government itself spending crores of money, millions of rupees for just marketing and to establish the market, right? So energy management system, solar power charging stations and grid power charging stations. So we have to think about three these three segments where we need to innovate our products day by day for affordability, for reliability, and for durability of this industry and electric vehicles for long term. There are emerging business solutions like franchising model, as I already discussed in previous slide. Franchisee model for charging infra deployment, IoT enabled charging stations, aggregations, remote performance management, software for online gateways, slot bookings, and everything. Battery swapping technology is also innovative idea. Energy storage as a service, like energy storage, if you have infrastructure that can store the energy and now so it can be used as a mini grid or micro grid, smart grid for our existing grid, right? If your if you have infrastructure or putting 100 or 50 or 100 batteries at the same time, so that batteries and that power can be used as microgrid for your existing grid network. So it can be a future, right? Smart grid. See, this is a basic idea of electric vehicle where we have to think about the clean source of energy. The only purpose of our using electric vehicle is the development of electric vehicle is considered as an effective and environmental friendly way to achieve low carbon emission, and to ensure this energy security we have to break these barriers. That first is these electric vehicles, more efforts and additional investment are needed to boost the development of charging infrastructure, right? And to expand the capacities of generation, transmission and distribution for supporting the increased charging demand, right? Second is to overcome the indirect emission, right? Clean source of energy, renewable energy sources should be there. We have to think about that. These all the parts: electric traction motor, controller, DC-DC converter, thermal system, battery, charger, transmission, inbuilt charging port, traction battery pack. So battery is there. This is definitely a very strong integration of these all things. Will create a power, will generate a power to give you that ultimate experience of four wheeler. Otherwise, you will definitely refrain from purchasing this car other than your petrol vehicle, rather than your petrol vehicles, right? So uh, here we can conclude the session for technical and other operation of electric two-wheeler or three-wheeler. We need more time. This is all basic ideas of trends, global trends, what is going on in our state, what is going on in our country, policy matters, fame to technology, right? So we need to think about our future. If you are electronics engineer, if you are electric engineer, if you are a mechanical engineer, you can see the parts of this electric car that are in the screen. Every engineer have their own parts: motor, DC converter, thermal system, body itself. Body should be a lightweight for the mileage and all, charging ports, right? And the entire system, entire car or entire two-wheeler, three-wheeler, you can have your franchise of any good company, right? We have also one techno commercial workshop, 1 or 2 days we can design, in which student or entrepreneur or any executive can learn beyond the basics of electric vehicles, general sessions with overview of EV industry, fundamental of EV, technical aspects, how it runs, what are the forces that runs the car, what are the significance of traction, what are the significance of hub motor, uh, principle of operation will be there, hardware components and its functioning, why we are chosen lithium ferrophosphate battery or nickel battery, why lithium ferrophosphate battery is better than this battery. So we will definitely discuss these all things in workshop. Vehicle and charging infrastructure with grid communication, how we can grid tight your charging structure or renewable energy charging station with grid integration, EV supply equipment standards. We have to consider the standards and technical criteria while designing the charging station or electric vehicle. Selection of battery. Bharat EV or AC chargers and DC fast chargers will be there, right? EV PV charging station. PV means photovoltaic EV electric vehicles photovoltaic charging station, and designing of independent of grid. How we can be electric vehicle. We can be a grid free infrastructure, giving less burden on grid. We can develop a photovoltaic charging station, and definitely a business model of your type. If you want to less investment, if you are good at technology development or a product development, we can suggest a business model for that also. Utilities, space, cost calculations, payback, and many more things you'll learn in workshop. Whenever it built there, I will definitely love to engage students from Parallel University also, right? So this all, uh, it's actually 1 day or 2 days, also less to discuss all technology or the technical aspects, business models in the EV industry, because every day a new technology, new innovation is going on. So keep yourself updated with the technology. Start using electric vehicles as early as possible, because incentives and subsidies are not long lasting. Once market is established, once government will know that the market is now aware, people are aware about the technologies there, so subsidies and everything will be closed down. Thank you very much, Umang sir and the Department of Electronics and Communication. I think students are not interacting with this session, right?
Jigar bhai,
Sir?
the students are live on the Facebook, okay,
Okay,
and they
okay,
have sent me many questions. So
okay.
once you conclude, then I will ask a couple of questions that I have from the student side.
Yeah, yeah, sir. Okay, sir. So I think session is concluded from my side. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you
Okay.
very much, students of department and coordinators and the team of IT for webinar and this platform. Right. Thank you, sir. Please take up your questions.
Thank you very much, Jigar bhai. First of all, I would like to thank you once again from the bottom of heart on behalf of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department to spend your valuable time and just share your knowledge in the upcoming and a booming domain of electric vehicle, and the way in which you presented all statistics, okay, was very nicely, and it is very clearly, you, I mean, with the statistics and numbers, you clearly explained how these electric vehicles outperform our fossil fuel based vehicles, fine. Now,
Right,
Jigar
sir.
bhai, I would like to take a couple of questions that I had from the student side, okay. So as okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
before taking up the question, in your lecture you said that the Parallel University should take an initiative to adapt the electric vehicles. So in this regards, I would like to say that our university has already
Wow.
initiated this concept. Yeah, and we
Great, sir.
have, I mean, in our campus, I think we have number of e-rickshaws. Okay, that
Okay.
is just for
Right, sir.
taking the faculties from one building to the far building, okay, and for
Great, sir.
visiting for campus tour of the parents, okay. So
Okay,
we
sir.
have
Right, sir.
this facility, I think, since last 2 years or more than that. So
Wow, that's great, sir.
university has
Now,
already adopted this thing.
now it's time to charging station, to establish a charging
Yes,
station
definitely.
in the campus itself. Right.
Definitely. In time to come, university will, or definitely, I am sure that university is also going to take this thing into the
Correct, sir.
consideration.
Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Okay. So, Jigar bhai, now I would like to take couple of questions. So, first of all, you motivate the students with a number of statistics and numbers, okay, regarding the entrepreneur. So,
Correct,
the
sir.
first question that I have from the student, that what are the formalities, okay, from the government side? That I think in the lecture that you said there is no registration required, but again
Right.
you said about the some standards that we supposed to maintain. Fine.
Correct,
So
sir.
in that regards, I would like to ask that question, that what are the standards or formalities, space requirement, and most importantly, for the entrepreneur, okay, what would be the amount that is required for the investment? Okay. So would like to
Right.
request just to light on this point.
Okay. So very good question. I think uh, uh, it is it is the basic question of first question you can say for the charging infrastructure establishment. So there are specifications of Bharat AC level 1, level 2, and the DC charger. Specifications are like how much power would be generated from your charging station. Space consent is not there. If you have, if you are using your, if you see the Ministry of Power guidelines, in that it is clearly mentioned that your AC charger would be 415 volt of AC three phase, 32 ampere maximum, 50 hertz of 50 hertz of frequency, right? And the AC type 2 dual gun charger will be 7.7 kilowatt, will be cost around 2.5 to 2.5 to 3 lakh, depends on the software and technology you are adopting, right? So in 2.5 lakh you can establish your dual gun AC type 2 charger, that is not a fast charger, not a slow charger, it is average charger, medium charger you can say. It takes around 4 to 5 hours for your four wheeler to charge. It's a 7.7 kilowatt AC type 2 charger. 7.7 kilowatt each gun will cater, deliver, right? And the second would be DC charger. If your charger would be about 22 kilowatt, beyond the 22 kilowatt, your charger will be considered under DC fast charger. So DC fast charger will charge your electric vehicle 80% in just 18 to 20 minutes. So first 80%, up to 80%, your electric vehicle, your electric car will be charged in just 20 minutes. After that, it will slow down to avoid the damages in the battery, right? So this DC charger about 22 kilowatt, or you can say it's a 30 kilowatt charger, will cost you around 10 to 12 lakh rupees. And the cost of your land would be extra, right? If you are taking a separate connection to establish your charging station, separate connection for charging station, आपको अगर स्पेशल इसी का बिजनेस करना है कि मुझे चार्जिंग स्टेशन लगाना है कॉमर्शियल पर्पज से, तो that dedicated government is giving you a 4 rupees per unit only. So tariff, electricity duty will be exempted from your electricity charge, right? So it will be a great benefit, and up to 25% of subsidy is also there on equipment charges. Okay, sir.
Okay, it's a great.
Satisfactory or
So number of benefits, definitely. Why not? So number of benefits. So definitely, we supposed to adopt this.
We supposed to take this opportunity and initiative. Okay.
right, sir?
Jigar bhai, am I audible?
Yes, yes, audible, sir.
Hello, Jigar bhai, am I audible?
Yes, yes, audible, sir. Am I audible? Am I audible, sir?
Hello,
Hello.
Jigar bhai, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible, audible.
Okay, sorry, some technical glitches are there. You can
You
understand.
can understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Okay,
now
so now next.
next question that I have, that is from the fourth sem student, and the name of the student is Vishal Kumar Verma. And Jigar bhai, he has asked about the question that what will be the plant capacity to take up the load at the public places, as you mentioned in your lecture that for two-wheeler, okay, charging 6 ampere of that power gun, that is necessary, that's sufficient, okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, so in your lecture that you mentioned, but the question is what will be the plant capacity, okay, if we are establishing this charging infrastructure, okay, at a
Okay.
public place that we are
Public
considering,
place.
yeah, when we are considering a heavy load. Okay, so
Okay.
what would the plant capacity? So is there
So
any
if you're
specific,
yeah,
yeah,
if you're taking the connection, and if you are going to establish a charging station for two-wheeler only, so if you want to charge your two-wheeler, at least you have to take 4 kilowatt of load for a one charging infrastructure at a time. So if you charge your one electric two-wheeler or three-wheeler at a time, you need to take a load of 4 kilowatt at least. Minimum 4 kilowatt load should
okay.
be there in your connection. If you
So
want to
as
charge
you said, this
simultaneously two charger, so it would be
eight
a
minimum,
8
so
kilowatt.
8 to
Yes,
10.
minimum 8 to 10. Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. So what you say, yeah, yeah. So as you said about this 4 kilowatt, okay, per single gun, okay, power gun, fine.
Yeah,
So
3.3 kilowatt is a single
it
gun
is
charge.
it, yeah, understood. So the thing is, would it be sufficient for the four-wheeler, or would it take
No,
a
sir.
longer
No,
time to
sir.
charge if we are going
No,
for 3.3?
no, sir. It will not be charged. It will not charge a four wheeler. Because for the four wheeler,
Okay,
you need to
battery
at
would
least
be,
seven. Yeah, you need to at least 7.7 kilowatt plant capacity or charging
understand,
charging
understand.
station.
So
Yes, sir.
understood. Nicely understood, sir. Okay, Jigar bhai, I have one other question. Very sorry, but I think the question is silly, and then also I'm asking. See, we have seen that in a flooding condition. I mean, if you
Hmm.
are good, okay, in the driving, then you can easily pass this flooding situation. Okay, you can manage
Right.
it. But if the flooding situation would be there, and if we have electric vehicle, okay, and if
Hmm.
we just try to pass that flood, okay, then
Hmm.
it is very
Hmm.
likely to short the batteries, and we can come across with hazardous condition. Fine. So,
Uh, uh,
what is your viewpoint regarding this flooding
okay.
situation if we want to pass
Yeah,
and
yes, sir.
have, yeah.
Actually, this is not a silly question, but this is a question of many. There are
So this question, this
they,
this question basically, I mean, just hindering the many normal individuals
correct, sir, correct, sir.
adopting this.
Right, sir.
Yes,
Actually,
yes, yes.
our technology that has been used nowadays in two-wheeler, three-wheeler, or four-wheeler, these are definitely IP67 certified. So if
Standard.
you search
Yes.
IP67, so it is a standard for waterproof equipment. Even it is keeping outside in the open environment, right? So in a rainy season itself, during the rainfall, you can run your electric vehicle, two-wheeler or three-wheeler or four-wheeler easily, because every sockets, every connections, every battery connections, your motor, everything is waterproof. But still, in even in petrol vehicles, if your silencer where the emission is going out, it is in a water body for a longer time, so it gets damaged or it gets off, right? So we have to take care about the electric system, but it is not like that कि ये चलेगा नहीं, बारिश में नहीं चलेगा. It is fully power waterproof body, waterproof connections. आप पूरे पानी में चले जाओगे तो भी ये चलेगा. बस वहां से निकल जाना है तुरंत, इसको लेके नहाने नहीं कूदना है.
बिल्कुल 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 बराबर बात है.
Yeah, sir.
बिल्कुल. जिगर भाई, last question, see, the vehicles that we are using with our the normal fossil fuels like petrol or diesel, okay, then we know major maintenance cost or a minor maintenance cost. So, what is your viewpoint regarding the probable maintenance if we are adopting this electric vehicle? So, what would be the probable the causes or probable the maintenance in the case of electric vehicle for major or minor maintenance?
Okay, sir. If you see, electric vehicles are like very low maintenance. For if we talk about two wheelers, uh, the 60% cost of your electric vehicle is battery. If you see your battery is lithium ferrophosphate battery have 3000 more than 3000 life cycles, right? More than 3000 life cycles means we can charge it and discharge it for 3000 times. If you use your vehicles daily and daily charge it up to 300 days in a year, तो भी आपकी बैटरी आराम से 10 साल चलेगी इन आइडियल कंडीशन. रफ यूज करोगे अगर 6 साल भी चल गई, योर इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल विल बी फ्री इन 1 ईयर एटलीस्ट. एक साल में आपका व्हीकल फ्री हो जाएगा इफ यू आर कंपेयरिंग विथ पेट्रोल व्हीकल्स. एक ये बैटरी का जो कॉस्ट है अगर 4 साल के बाद आया तो दैट वुड बी 15,000 और 20,000 रुपीज एटलीस्ट. ठीक है. In that you will have a better battery option after 3 years, because if you compare cost of lithium ferrophosphate battery of last year, it would be a 32,000 rupees of one battery. Nowadays it is 25,000 rupees only lithium batteries. So as day by day manufacturing facilities are establishing in India itself, duties and everything is there. तो बैटरी कॉस्ट बहुत ही डिक्रीज हो रहा है. इवन मोटर कॉस्ट इज ऑल्सो डिक्रीजिंग. 1 year warranty is there in every vehicle. There are many companies are giving even 3 years of warranty. So hub motor, BLDC motor is very rough and tough motor. कुछ होता नहीं उसको. But definitely routine checkup is there every 3 months. You have to check up your vehicles. So 300 or 400 rupees per vehicle per 3 months you have to spend, right? So I think this much of you can calculate. अगर 3 साल के बाद बैटरी चेंज करना हुआ तो 12-15 हजार का खर्चा आएगा. बाकी अगर बॉडी आपने कभी एक्सीडेंट से तोड़ दिया तो दैट इज अनदर पॉइंट. बाकी उसका ब्रेक कंट्रोलर है, कोई लाइन वाइन केबल्स वेबल्स जो भी है, इट इज वेरी कॉमनली यूज्ड इन एवरी टू व्हीलर. सो आपको कहीं से भी वो मिल जाएगा कॉमन वहां से. अगर आप ओला या एथर को चूज कर रहे हो तो फिर आपको ऐसा होगा कि एथर भी अपना 8,000 करोड़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट करके बैठा है, तो वो भी कहीं से लोकल नहीं लेगा, आपको उसी से लेना पड़ेगा, है ना. उसको भी रिकरिंग कॉस्ट के तौर पे उसे चाहिए पैसा ज्यादा, है ना. तो दिस ऑल थिंग राइट.
बिल्कुल. So Jigar bhai, once again I would like to thank you very much for your spending valuable time and sharing your wonderful knowledge for our students.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and lastly, we would definitely invite you for your electric vehicle techno commercial workshop. Definitely, I am continuously getting a number of questions from the students, but see, we have some time limitation and we are bounded with the
Right,
time,
sir.
so I can't
Right, sir.
take much more questions. Okay, but
You can,
really,
sir, you
I find, yeah, I find overwhelming response from the students from my in my personal WhatsApp chat box.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, students, friends, and department. Sir, I
Definitely.
really like this to interact. Next time ये कोविड का पेंडेमिक था, नहीं तो मुझे ऐसा मन था कि
बिल्कुल
I'll come to college and
बिल्कुल
definitely interact one to one.
definitely
है ना,
definitely
it would be
definitely
more
definitely
effective.
definitely. So Jigar bhai, once again I will definitely talk with HOD and higher authorities,
Yes,
and if
sir.
it possible then near future we will definitely schedule this workshop.
Yeah, sure, sir. I'd be.
Once this situation will be settled down,
Correct,
then we'll
correct, sir.
definitely find. Will so once again from the bottom of heart, Jigar bhai, for spending your valuable time, okay, and sharing your wonderful knowledge. Okay, and we are expecting such cooperation for our students. And if you have any kind of projects idea, okay, in this electric vehicle segments, then it would be very nice if you can share few ideas so that the students can take up as a minor
Definitely,
projects
sir.
or as well a final year project, sir.
Correct, sir. Definitely, I'll share with you, sir, many ideas. So students will engage in this industry with their innovative minds and ideas, their skills and their creativities. Right, sir.
Okay, Jigar bhai. So it's all about from my
Thank
side.
you very
Thank
much,
you
sir.
very much. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you very much,
and
sir. Yeah.
thank you all students, viewers. Thank you very much, and bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
Bye.